Hello friends, I'm Melanie from Food and Wine, and if you thought avocado toast was the only breakfast food that was perfected by Australians, think again. I'm going to show you how to make crumpets. Now crumpets are traditionally a breakfast item from the UK, but I like to cheekily say we perfected them in Australia. Now crumpets usually go through 2 stages of proofing, but if you're cooking brunch on the weekend, who wants to wait around that long for breakfast to be ready? This recipe uses a trinity of baking soda, yeast, and buttermilk to achieve the same fluffy, crispy, chewy effect with only 45 minutes of proofing. So let's get started. The thing that makes a crumpet are the really distinctive holes in the middle. And those holes bubble up as a result of yeast and baking soda that are in the batter. Now, a good crumpet is crispy on the bottom, is kind of chewy and fluffy, and a little spongy in the middle. Now, don't be scared when I say spongy, because that sponginess is really great for one thing: soaking up butter. And that is awesome. So the first thing we want to do is mix both our wet and dry ingredients. So in a small bowl, buttermilk, which is at room temperature, sugar, and our yeast. And we want to mix these together quite well. And it's the sugar in this mixture that is going to activate that yeast. And you want to mix it together really well. And then we let it rest for 10 minutes. And in that 10 minutes, these ingredients are going to get to know each other. And what will happen is that it'll start to bubble up, which means that our yeast is alive and ready to rock and roll. So once that's done, we can set it aside and we just leave that for 10 minutes. In the meantime, what you can do is grab both your flours. I've used plain flour and spelt flour, and your salt. Now, if you don't have spelt or it's really hard to find it in your supermarket, you are most welcome just to use plain flour, which is completely fine. So once our buttermilk and yeast have been sitting for 10 minutes, it goes really bubbly on the surface, and that's how you know it will be ready. Now, I've made a well in the center of my dry ingredients, and I'm going to pour in the wet into the dry ingredients. Then we're going to fix this into our stand mixer. So once our batter has been beating for 2 minutes and it's incorporated and it's not lumpy, that's the point where we're going to add our baking soda and water. And we're going to add it gradually, a little bit at a time, on sort of low to medium speed. Right, so once all of the ingredients are incorporated, you want to grab your bowl, and if it's too thick, the holes aren't going to come up. So you want it to be a little bit thicker than buttermilk, say. So now I'm going to cover this with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to just put it in a warm place in my kitchen for 45 minutes. So our crumpet batter has proofed for 45 minutes. What you want to see here is that thickness, a ribbonniness, I'm going to call it, to the batter. Not too thin, not too thick, but just right, that it's going to go into my crumpet rings really nicely. Now we're ready to cook our crumpets. Now, a cast iron pan is really the best guy for the job here. Because it has a thick base, and because these cook low and slow for 8 minutes, the thickness of the pan is going to make sure that they go crispy on the bottom and they don't burn, and that they'll very slowly go nice and fluffy on the inside. Now, you can buy crumpet rings on the internet, they're a thing, but if you don't want to buy extra equipment, you can use cookie cutters, which is exactly what I've done. I always hack this with cookie cutters. Now, the pan is greased just with a neutral oil, the oil that you would usually season a nice cast iron pan with. The rings, however, you need to spray them. Now what we'll do is we'll let these heat up for about 2 to 3 minutes inside the pan, so that your pan and your crumpet rings are equally hot when you pour in the batter. So now we're going to ladle the batter into our rings. You want to make sure that you fill them about halfway, but no more than halfway, because they will actually rise when they are in the pan. Now this will cook for 8 minutes. At around the 7 to 8 minute mark, what we'll start to see is a really bubbly batter, and it will dry around the outside. And that's when we know we can take off the ring molds and we can flip them. And at this point, they're dry enough for you to flip. So we want to take off the rings, give them a little shake. If they get stuck to the rings, you can run a sharp knife around the outside. And at this point, we can flip them. I have supernova hands, so we can do that. Now, you don't want to cook them on the other side for very long. So after 1 or 2 minutes, until literally it's just started going a little golden on the bottom, like so, is when they're ready. These are perfect little crumpets. And now we come up to the best part. Now traditionally, they're eaten with butter and honey, which I love because the butter melts into all of the little holes, as does the honey. So good. So you know what's really cool about this? It's crisp on the bottom, it's chewy in the middle, the butter and the honey is going through all of the holes. It's really delicious. I mean, it's equally good with butter and jam as well. But the awesome thing about crumpets is how truly versatile they are. So they're also really great with savory toppings, such as crème fraîche and some lox. And you could finish it off with some chives, or you could even put some capers on there, but I like to have it with a little bit of dill. That there is a perfect Sunday brunch.